Hey YouTube, how's it going? I am really excited for this live stream, and I hope anyone who catches it live or watches the replay enjoys it. I hope everyone is having a good day so far today. I had crazy week out or day at work while working from home. I feel like I did about 4 days of work in one day, and I made this live stream a bit later in case I wanted to work later. And then I ended up working only like an hour later, and my brain was fried because I just wrote things all day long and wrote like 20 pages worth of work, which would usually take me like 3 days to do instead of just one. So I'm really excited to finally get to this stream and to talk about a pyramid scheme together. And I hope you guys had a good day at work too, and that it wasn't too stressful and you didn't have to do too much work. Mark says, hey, with a smiling face. Hi, Mark. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It's awesome that you're here. Live Panic says, hi, Heather. I'll leave my screen up, but we'll have to catch this on the replay. That's okay, Live Panic. Thank you for telling us. That's super nice. And I hope you are having a really good day so far and that you enjoy the video. So today I'm excited for us to watch a Team Beachbody National Wake Up Call from yesterday, literally just yesterday. And if you don't watch my channel often, you might not know what a national wake-up call is. So Beachbody is a health and fitness weight loss MLM, and every Monday they have a Facebook Live video where they have top coaches come on and give motivation and inspiration, and where they will give like corporate announcements. And that's what we're going to watch today. So unlike how I usually do it on this channel, we're actually going to watch the announcements because it's only half an hour long. Is this it? Yeah, because it's only half an hour, the whole video. So we can actually watch the announcements. And the first part, I'm probably not going to talk that much, but then once they get past the announcements, I'm going to have lots to say. So I'm really excited. I hope everyone enjoys this, and let's get started.
Woo! That was jazzy. It was happy Monday. This is your wake up call. My name is Keyshawn Graves, and today is January 23rd, 2023.
So it starts with the corporate announcements. So this woman is not a Beachbody coach. She is a corporate employee.
And we have an incredible call lined up for you today. So you do not want to miss this. Make sure that you tag your people so they can join us and do this live with us this morning. Okay. So I have a question before we jump in. Why did you start? Why are you here? Why did you start your health esteem journey? I think oftentimes we have to go back to that reason why. And I think that this is a perfect day for us to do that, especially as we are a few days away from ending World Health Esteem Month. Chances are, though, it was because you saw a vision, which gave you hope, which led to you taking action. So have you shared your health esteem declaration?
I started my health esteem journey. That's not a thing, but if it was, I started it because I enjoy physical activity and maybe I want to feel a little bit healthier or be a little bit active. There doesn't always need to be some crazy deep reason to wanting to exercise, in my opinion.
That's what we're talking about all month. We've been encouraging you to share your story, share the reason why you started, share your health esteem journey. And it doesn't have to be some grand thing or some grand story. But we know that vision typically produces hope for a better tomorrow. So if you haven't, maybe this call will change your mind. All right, let's get us over to some recognition. I have Darren Ashby. What's up?
Good morning, Keyshawn. How are you?
I'm doing.
Geez, his voice is booming, eh? Let's turn him down a little bit.
Good. All right, good morning, coaches. As Keyshawn said, we have some recognition, so let's get to it. Here we are with our newest Diamond coaches. Congratulations to Sophie BODi, Krista Bauer, Elma Daniel, Magda Fabri, Michelle Galvarash, Courtney Hyde, Shaylee Perkins, and Virginia Savaria.
If anyone has watched these videos, these national wake-up calls before, you would know that this is a minuscule amount of diamond coaches. Back when I first started to love watching these, there used to be like 30, 40, 50 diamond coaches every single week. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. I can't count. Looks like 8 coaches, 8 diamond coaches in a week. And chances are these people are not still a diamond coach now. Well, they would be now because it was just yesterday. Chances are these people are not going to maintain their diamond rank.
All right, those are your newest diamond coaches this week. Congratulations, guys. Now for our newest star diamond. Congratulations to Hannah Hefner. Way to go, guys. All right, coaches.
That's literally it. So out of all of these freaking coaches, they had nine rank advancements above diamond or above. So it's a lot harder to rank advance in Beachbody now, or people are leaving. People are leaving or quitting MLM or maybe going to a different company, and there are less coaches now, so less people are advancing. If you used to watch these national wake-up calls like a year ago, do you remember how there used to be like 10 times as many rank advancements every week? It's interesting.
That's it for us today for recognition. Short and sweet. If you know any of these coaches or their teams, reach out to them, congratulate them today. And let's move the call along and get it back to Keyshawn because we have some amazing stuff today.
Yes, we do, Darren. Thank you so much. And congratulations to all of those coaches that were recognized today, and to all the teams that were represented. Okay, so I have just a few announcements for you. The first is about your Shakeology dessert plan. If you prefer shakes or if you prefer snacks, there's a dessert plan for you. We have personalized or created some personalized plans for you. So make sure that you go to your back office to find and create your dessert plan with Shakeology. It's 3 dessert plans for each Shakeology flavor, and they're 7-day plans that can be repeated, that can be adjusted, that can be built upon, but they are customizable for you and for you to help your people consume something so great, which is Shakeology, and in the way that makes sense for them, whether it be in shakes or whether it be in snacks. So make sure that you visit your dessert plan folder within the Shakeology product toolkit in your coach office. The next announcement that I have is,
so if you've been in Beachbody, it's so interesting how first Shakeology was marketed as the healthiest meal of the day, and now it's a dessert. And there's such a focus on using Shakeology as dessert. But we've heard from Amy Eure on YouTube that there's always Shakeology recipes. There was always ways to like put Shakeology into cookies or like milkshakes and stuff. So this isn't new. My question for those who've been in Beachbody: are the dessert plans new? Like a formalized plan for 7 days, Monday eat this, Tuesday eat this. Is that a new thing? I would like to know. Also, why can't we eat a cookie, ma'am? Why do we need to eat Shakeology? Why can't we just eat desserts that are actually tasty, but just like eat a few of them? Eat 1 or 2 cookies instead of like 10 cookies. We can just eat yummy desserts in smaller amounts and then it's fine. You know what I mean? So Mark said Heather is a hater. I know, I'm such a hater, right? It's a plan to get ripped off, right? Totally. I totally agree. So dumb.
all about our Success Club executive promotion. If you have not seen in your back office, we have made some really great changes to our Success Club program. And one of them is a new recognition level within the program, which is called our Success Club Executive. And we are kicking off this first opportunity to be a part of this first class of coaches who are going to be recognized on stage because they reach Success Club Executive by the end of this year. We're kicking that off with our Success Club Kickoff promotion. So this is where you hit Success Club yourself and you get invited to a Confidence Catalyst training session. There's 2 of those with Petra Kolber. And if you have not already joined her BODi Mindset group on Facebook, she is incredible. And there is a lot of great takeaways that you can work to implement as we are building upon our health esteem journey and sharing our health esteem declarations.
Why do we always need to earn our training? So she just said, if we get Success Club points and hit Success Club Executive, which to be honest, I don't remember what that means. If you know what that means, if you can remember, let us know down below. If we get Success Club Executive, then we earn a specific training. Why can't we just get the training so we can hit Success Club? Just like we get to go to New Leadership Conference where we get leadership training if we hit 1-star diamond. Well, don't we need the training to hit 1-star diamond? It just seems backwards in my opinion. If you remember my past videos, we did the National Wake Up Call with Petra Colburn, and she is the VP of, I don't remember, personal development or whatever, and she's developing a whole personal development framework and services within the Beachbody on-demand platform. Again, this isn't necessarily new. We've had this before in Beachbody, really big focus on personal development, but now it's just a formalized part of the Beachbody on-demand platform.
Also, in addition to our kickoff for our Success Club executive program, we're also in the middle of Double Trip Dollars Month. Woo! That is a lot to say, y'all. But just know that this is a month that you definitely want to kick off this year strong. When you're focusing on helping people, the Success Club is really a byproduct of that. And so we really want to help people this month. And when you do, there are some things that you will achieve, whether it be the double trip dollars, which we're giving 10 trip dollars for every 1 Success Club point. This goes towards your Success Club trip. We know that we're going to Punta Cana next year. Whew. Anyway, go to FAQ 7493 to learn more about those things. Also, we have
every year there's a trip in Beachbody called the Success Club trip. In the past, you hit Success Club if you sell 3 challenge packs a month, then you hit Success Club. And they like to say that it's a free trip, but we know it is not a free trip, unfortunately. She just said that we can earn, I think she said 10 trip dollars for every Success Club point. So we only get to have a portion of our trip paid for if we get the $90 on Home Direct for Shakeology, so we can qualify for this. And then if we continue to sell more challenge packs in order to get Success Club points. So even like on the broadest level, it is not free, because to be qualified, you need $90 on Home Direct, meaning that comes out of your pocket. You are out $90 now, so you can have the privilege of going on this trip with Beachbody, and chances are paying for the majority of the expenses.
Made your user experience a little bit easier for upgrading BODi annual memberships within the self-service. So you can now help your coaches and your customers upgrade to BODi annual membership in only 3 clicks. So if you that was announced on January 10th. So if you haven't already noticed that, go check it out and invite someone to maybe upgrade to a BODi annual membership. Okay, last announcement that I have, and this is a big one, y'all. So last month we did a Share a Cart Sure Thing promotion where people entered a drawing to win 20,000 bonus points. And we have the final winner for y'all today. Our final winner for that incredible promotion is Terry-Ann Bandura from Canada. So if you know Terry-Ann.
Canada, that's funny. So this promotion was if you sell a challenge pack with Sure Thing, which is a fitness program, then you get entered into a draw to get 20,000 bonus points, which is translated into your local national currency. So this woman, Terry-Ann Bandura from Canada, won the approximately $20,000 prize. I know I'm being extra picky, but I find it so funny how if this person wasn't from Canada, they'd be like Dallas, Texas, whatever. But now, like, since it's Canada, it's just Canada, right? And it's like, okay, but where? Like, Canada's a big place. Like, you can't even put the province. So funny. Also, I'm being picky. Terry-Ann Bandura from Canada. No, just say Canada. It'll be fine. You don't need to be fancy, you know?
Just show her some love in the comments. All right, Terry-Ann, congratulations. And let's move this call over because y'all, listen, this is one that you are going to want to listen to and share again. Because like I started the call, the reason why you guys started is the catalyst to the change. And typically it's because you had a vision and we have the opportunity.
It's okay, DC. We're just chilling out. and we're watching the most recent national wake-up call from yesterday, and Christina Delgado is going to come on soon, and you and the Snark crew should definitely react to this. It's a really, really good one. It's pretty short, so you guys could probably just do the whole video on stream, and it wouldn't take you guys too long. So yeah, you guys should definitely do this one.
To share a vision for someone else by sharing our Health Esteem Declaration. And that is what our guest speaker, a 11-time elite coach, 2018 CEO Award recipient. She is a superstar Diamond 2. You may know her as a part of Team Diesel Nation from Miami, Florida. Please help me welcome to the call, Christina Delgado.
Thank you, Keishan. I am so...
Isn't it so interesting how they're like 11-time elite, 10-time top 10, Success Club All-Star for 137 months in a row? It's like anyone who's been in for 12 years, like Christina Delgado, she's going to have those kinds of accolades. You can't be 11 times elite without being in for at least 11 years. Like, it's not that exciting. And the only thing that she's done that's any different than those who haven't had success is she's recruited a crap ton of people and she got in early. That's the only difference, you know?
So excited to be here.
I am so excited for you to be here. And listen, I'm going to get out of your way because I know when we're talking about our why, when we're talking about the vision, when we're talking about putting the stake in the ground, there is no one better than you. So I'm going to get out the way and let you go.
Deep breath. I have my tissue because we saw on social media yesterday, I tried working through this presentation with my husband and I was crying like a baby. And it's because I love the...
I have a lot to say already. Sorry. Do you guys notice behind on her ring light, she has her lanyards from Summit? And we know at MLM conventions, the longer the ribbons, the more accolades it is, right? And so there's like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe like 10. It's hard to tell because those are all the same color. She has like 10 ribbons on her freaking lanyard. That's crazy. It's probably like touching the floor. Okay, let's let her talk.
This so much. And I love this company so much. And I love my team and the network. And today I want almost to give like my own personal State of the Union address. I want to have a much needed conversation about elevating, shifting, and creating a new direction and outlook for our company. You guys, I need you to stay with me all the way to the end. I need you to tag your coaches, like Keishan said when we got on this call. I want you to share this call into your team pages because it's important, it's timely, and it needs to be said. And before I get to the real message of We Are BODi, I just need to say this. I need to set it aside and I need to move on. Competition only exists if you allow it. I'm going to say that one more time. Competition only exists if you allow it. Full stop. Whenever a company undergoes any kind of significant change, like what we are experiencing right now, transitioning from Beachbody to BODi, some will use that to generate confusion and narratives that are smoke and mirrors for their own personal gain. They trick people into joining their new and exciting opportunity, yet history has proven that the only small victories that they can claim are the low-hanging fruit that will latch onto any narrative that validate their identity stories and their own limiting beliefs about their potential. Be weary over someone who talks poorly over something they claimed last week to be life-changing in order to recruit you into a new business this week. I'm setting that aside now. But let's talk about this.
Chris, are you mad? I don't follow who leaves Beachbody or other companies and stuff, but like, she is pissed. I love the villainizing of people who decide to move on from Beachbody to another opportunity. And I don't condone cross recruiting, of course, like that's not good, but if we're all about making an impact and doing what's best for our family, wouldn't Christina Delgado want these people to do what's best for their family? And if, say, bringing some of their team members over is what's best for their family, you think she would like that. You think she would say, okay, you do you. But of course, the moment someone leaves, they are now like the enemy, and they are trying to instill confusion and worry within you so that you can become like the low-hanging fruit for them, and you're like a victim of their like cross recruiting efforts. And I just find it so funny that you can't just have the faith in the strength of your company. You have to go and badmouth people who decided to move on to something better, instead of saying, we wish them well, I still love them, they're still my friends. They're now someone who's trying to instill confusion within us. I just thought that was so interesting, and in my opinion, it really shows, in my opinion, allegedly, the cult mentality that she only loves you as a member of her team if you are a member of her downline, and the moment you leave, you are not her family anymore. Crazy, crazy. I did not verbalize that very well, but crazy and culty, Christina.
For real. What is true right now is that we, the company, the network, and even you and I are in a state of transition and change, and that is never easy. With change comes uncertainty, a shakiness under your feet. We talked about this past Saturday at Megan's gym. We hosted an event, and I asked everybody, do you feel a shakiness under your feet right now? And everybody said yes, and I feel it too. And that shakiness, over time, it has the power of disrupting your mindset and your focus.
The shakiness could be you are dropping rank if you're lucky enough to actually rank up, because according to Christina, people are leaving your company, and you're not an elite coach anymore, or you lost access to one of these Star Diamond bonuses. That's what the shakiness is. People are probably worried that they're losing money and their paychecks are decreasing, Christina.
But I want you to understand that it's very common. It's common to feel that way when change is happening, not just in our business and life, but it's also really easily adjusted. And that's the important part of this. I read this quote. I wanted to share it on this call because it really is the crux of my message today. Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or to the present are certain to miss the future. Change is the law of life. And those who only look to the past or the present are certain to miss the future.
Why do they repeat everything twice? Why? She does this like 8 times. Every MLM call, they repeat everything twice, and they think they are so deep and profound, and they're not. So I don't remember what it was. Change is something about the future, and if you don't accept change, then like you're not gonna like go to your future or whatever bullshit. Sometimes change is bad, right? If a bunch of people are leaving your company and you are dropping in rank, that's a bad change. And it's okay to be upset about that change and to question whether or not you're in the right profession or you're in the right company, or this compensation plan is actually built for you to make money. I think she's upset that maybe this change or things going on in other companies is just making people question Beachbody a little bit. I think she's pissed, but she's seeming professional and calm.
Looking at the future, and I hope you join me. I want everybody on board with me because we are BODi, and we are just getting started. To my core, BODi has no competition. For 12 years that I have been building this business, I have felt this and experienced this to my core. And it's not because I am naive to the fact that other fitness platforms exist and are being created at lightning speed, that other shakes have been created, that other companies sell a bike. What makes this different is us. The us that believes that this is the greatest opportunity in the world because our paychecks mean something more than what it could buy us. It represents impact now and for future generations on so many important levels. But
I have a question. What does your paycheck represent? Does your paycheck represent being able to pay your rent or buy yourself and your kids food? Or is it like, oh, it's okay that I only got paid $20 last week because I helped someone? It's just such a bait and switch. I said this 1,000 times. Christina Delgado will recruit you in with claims of financial freedom / stability because they can't say freedom. And then once you're in, it's all about making an impact and looking beyond what your paycheck can buy you. I'm sorry, but helping someone exercise is not going to pay my bills. I need money. I want to be paid through money, not impact. Why am I feeling a little bit sassy?
Let's have this open conversation about change and transition, because whether you are a new entrepreneur here with BODi or you are a veteran entrepreneur with BODi, having perspective on how a business flows through seasons is key to staying focused and productive. Imagine for a second if Apple had thrown in the towel when the Macintosh started to lose its edge. When I started coaching, looking back at this, I laugh. When I started coaching, we had 2 flavors of Shakeology. One of them was green. We had DVDs and a bottle of vitamins. That's it. That was our product line. 2 flavors of Shakeology, DVDs, and a bottle of vitamins.
Gee, she repeated again. We freaking heard you, Christina. And people in Beachbody like to talk about how when they started, there's only a couple products and they magically found success, even though there's only green Shakeology and a bottle of vitamins. And like she can do it, so you can do it too, right? And Christina, it doesn't matter if you only had a couple products in Beachbody at that time. You joined like 12 years ago when it was less common knowledge that Beachbody was a scam, that Beachbody is toxic, that Beachbody hurts people, that people aren't going to make any money in Beachbody. So that's how you were able to find success. It doesn't matter if social media wasn't a thing. It doesn't matter if you only had a few freaking products. You know that, okay? Ugh. I'll be okay. It doesn't matter that much. They used to make money off of DVD workout sales too. So what is the logic in that, right? Right? Yeah, they like to say that, like, since they only had a few products back when they started, that it was harder for them to find success.
We have seen, you guys, Shakeology expand into 5 flavors, 2 different formulas, and our favorite seasonal flavors, which are awesome. We have, I don't know if you guys remember, and this is like a funny part of the whole transition from where we were back then to now, but like in 2013, they changed the flavor of Shakeology, and people thought the world was coming to an end. Like, I am not joking. And those are kind of the things that have happened over the last 12 years. Do you remember the 3-day Shakeology cleanse? Now, this is going old school. Well, that sparked the wildly successful 3-day refresh. And we went from E&E, I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like a black market thing for E&E when E&E was discontinued, and the performance line was continued. And now we can't even fathom a day without Energize in our lives and Recover in our lives. And of course, we launched Beachbody On Demand. And then most recent, we saw our company acquire Mix. We launched.
It's so strange how a lot of these people talk about, like, these products are like up on a pedestal. It's like we couldn't even imagine Shakeology or Energize and post-workout not being in our lives. It's so important to us. And I know we all have products that we just love, and that's fine. Like, I like iced coffee, and like if I could never have iced coffee again, I'd be sad, of course. But I feel like it's different in the MLM context, where like Energize is the only pre-workout ever that could ever help you find any level of success. And without it, you are going to fail in your fitness journey. And then she's saying, oh, the world came to an end when we changed the Shakeology flavors. It's like, well, that's fair, because that's a major thing that people are selling. And if people's customers don't like the new Shakeology formula or flavors, it's totally fair for people to be worried about it. And I don't appreciate her dismissive attitude, ma'am. Be nice, please. Ugh. So DC says, I think that the MLM structure comprised of being able to support sound physical fitness programs. I don't really understand. I think that the MLM structure compromised being able to support sound physical fitness programs. I can't read, but you're totally right. I totally agree. For how many Zoom calls these coaches have, I don't get why none of them invest in a microphone, right? right? Like just buy a microphone. This one was like $60. No, like maybe $100. That's like a little flimsy little portable microphone. It's not that big of a deal. And we know Christina makes a shit ton of money. She could afford it. Oh, the wobbly mix bike, right? So in Beachbody, they developed this fitness bike like Peloton, but shittier. And we'll see pictures and videos of people riding it, and the bikes just go woo, woo, and they like creak and shake. It's like, I don't want a wobbly ass bike, you know? I'll just buy an exercise bike and then like put like riding workouts on my phone from YouTube. I'd rather do that.
The BODi platform, and we further expanded our very comprehensive wellness catalog to include first thing, last thing, beach bars. I can go on and on and on and on. But I will say that the most profound change in my years of coaching were the transition from.
I don't like how they market last thing, because it's like, you have insomnia, your brain can't turn off after a long day. Take this and it'll be cured. I have worked years to be able to sleep reasonably during the night. Took me a long ass time, a lot of effort, and I can imagine like back in the day when I would sleep like 2 hours a night, 4 hours if I was lucky. If I saw first thing marketed in the way that it is, I might be more vulnerable to purchasing the product, and then if it happens to actually work for me, joining the company, because I was extremely desperate to sleep. Just like a lot of people are. Insomnia is a really common issue. Oh, I didn't actually press play.
DVDs to BOD, and now the transition from Beachbody to BODi. Two most significant. So back in 2016 and 2017, half the network was really struggling, including me, was really struggling with the thought that we had to ditch DVDs and go to an online platform. I know it sounds insane to think that, but we did.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I have a lot to say. Why is it insane that people were stressed about DVDs to BOD, Beachbody on Demand? From what I know, people got a commission from each separate DVD and then or each fitness program, and then moving to BOD, people only got yearly commission. So Christina, it's fair if people are getting less commissions for them to be worried about it. Jesus.
Because we only knew what we knew, and that was how to sell DVDs, right? And we sold every program, and that's how we conducted our business. But then there was like this other half of the company coming on board during that time that thought Beachbody on Demand was the best thing ever created. And it is, and it was, but both groups of people were right. One had certainty, the other one had uncertainty over the same topic. It is how we chose to have perspective over that moved us to the next level. But regardless of who you were at that time, whether you were an older coach or a brand new coach, it was getting noisy out there on social media. And as a company, we decided to reclaim our belief and start steering the conversation and focusing the energy and the momentum on us. And that's when I Am Team Beachbody was born. I'm not in the chat right now because I gotta stay focused on this, but were you a part of Beachbody when I Am Team Beachbody happened? It was, quite frankly, one of the coolest moments ever in my coaching career. And it started with our team, Diesel Nation. We decided to put our stories out there and create the hashtag I Am Team Beachbody so that we could search and read and be reinvigorated by all the very powerful stories that had been generated up to that point because of Beachbody. And overnight,
So in my opinion, that kind of social media campaign with a hashtag, like she just said, say you're worrying about the changes that were just introduced with your company and you think that maybe I'm not going to make as much money and I'm worrying about it and I'm doubting, instead of like questioning things and analyzing the data that's available to you, you just search I Am Team Beachbody and then you'll be reinvigorated and a fire will be lit in your belly because you'll see inspiring transformation stories and inspiring stories about financial freedom. So in my opinion, I think it's a way of encouraging groupthink encouraging toxic positivity, encouraging us to forget about our problems and just focus on our goals and the impact that we're having with our company.
For team, they were incredible. They stayed up all night in the Utah office. They printed all of our stories out. They hung them up, and it was a constant reminder, not only to us, but to them, what we were fighting for. And it was awesome. It went on to, be used at Summit. We had t-shirts at Summit. You guys, it was freaking crazy. And those of us that participated in that, those of us that made the decision to renovate all aspects of our business to continue the mission that we were on, we got to experience the demand generated by the pandemic. Now, the pandemic sucked. It continues to suck and all of that. But at that moment, BODi was ready. We were poised for that moment, and we satisfied the demands that the pandemic created for what we had to offer.
Excuse me, ma'am? Excuse me? The demand generated by the pandemic. What do you mean? Do you mean people being locked in their homes? People experiencing extremely severe mental health challenges? Maybe someone was sick with COVID, people being worried for their health, maybe people being laid off and worrying about not being able to feed themselves or their families. Excuse me, Christina? We all knew this. We all knew MLMs did this, but it's just so interesting to hear them say it. To hear them say that they were able to profit. She didn't say this exactly, but they're able to profit off of the demand generated by the pandemic. That's disgusting behavior. She is not being very nice in this moment. She is being, in my opinion, in this moment, tone deaf to the intense struggle that the majority of people experienced. And she, in my opinion, showcasing the privileged position she is in by being a wealthy individual who doesn't need to worry about losing her job or getting sick and not being able to work. I can't stand that. I agree with you, DC. I can't believe she said that. We all know that all MLMs did that during the pandemic, but to hear her say that just up front, I don't like that, Christina.
And here we are, 6 years later, undergoing another huge transition because we're becoming BODi. And not only are we propelling the powerful health esteem movement, but we're revolutionizing the business opportunity to impact more people while creating meaningful incomes for our family. That is BODi now. It is who we are now. It is the marriage of a deep and personal transformational health change within all of us and a business opportunity that can create financial stability and choice for our families. So I wanted to...
She said financial stability because they're not able to say financial freedom anymore. And my husband and I had a big conversation about the difference between stability and freedom. And in my opinion, I thought financial stability is simply like being able to pay all your bills and then having a good amount left over to like go out for dinner, like buy new clothes and not really having to worry about it. And then I envision financial freedom as like being able to buy whatever you want at any time and not having to look. So like $6,000 on a purse, or you can like just go and put a down payment down on like a big fancy house and not worry about it. So what do you think? Do you think that financial freedom is like the more wealthy individuals, or is it simply like just not living paycheck to paycheck and not worrying about whether or not you're going to run out of money at the end of the month? Because I don't think I'm financially free right now, but I think I am financially stable.
Know if you are on board with me, if you're ready to create a new, fresh, and focused day one. I know that it's brewing in the comment section. I know that the energy is starting to shift and we're creating momentum, and we are going to create the We Are BODi movement. But I need to have a conversation with you about your business, because I don't want this to be a fleeting moment where you get excited and you feel connected and then you revert to old habits, old thoughts, and old results. We collectively need a shift, and I know we can do it together. I want you to recognize...
This is another great example of BODi word salad, because she's telling us we need a shift, but she's not actually telling us what she wants us to do or how she wants us to do it, in my opinion. I think financial freedom is more not having debt, and most of your money is going for food and investing or something, is more not having debt. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I see what you mean. And I think they're very like clever by showing like you can say financial stability but not freedom. But in reality, like the definitions of financial freedom and stability are very subjective. And that can mean different things for different people.
Something. And it's something that I have been studying over the course of the last year and a half. And Tony Robbins, he calls this learned helplessness. And this topic is very complex, and I am definitely not a scholar on this, but I do know what I feel. And what I do know is that the last 3 years have done a number on you and on me. Woo, here it is.
The tears are going to come out now. When was the last time you were at an office, a work meeting, and people started crying while talking about their job? I'm sure for like nurses or police officers, that's happened before when you were just maybe debriefing after like a really emotional or potentially traumatic experience with a patient or a member of the public. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about our everyday functioning in the office. Have you ever seen someone cry at a day-to-day meeting, at a weekly staff meeting? Because that's pretty much what this is.
See, this is why I bring these. It has been a chipping away at our fire, little by little. Some abrupt, right? We have gone through hell and back. Some of you have gone through hell and back. But collectively, it has been a chipping away at our passion, our purpose, our fire. You guys, we're not alone. You are not alone. What it has done, though, is create a mindset, an identity of stuckness. It's a feeling like you can't figure out how or even why to move forward. And
so if you are having any kind of mental struggle, if you don't know what to do next, it's your fault. Like, it's your fault you're stuck because you are mentally deficient in some way and you just want to be helpless. You have victim mindset and it's all your fault. And to fix it, you just got to listen to the most toxic man in the world, Tony Robbins. I hate that. I hate the idea of learned helplessness because it makes it seem like any struggle we have is our fault. And that's not true. Sometimes things are outside of our control. Sometimes shitty things happen. Sometimes life just sucks. And it's okay to acknowledge that life just sucks. Can you hear the dinging of my heater? I hope you can't. Sorry.
And as a company and as a society, this is a fundamental issue that we need to recognize and deal with head on. Why? Because I have seen greatness. I have watched people join this opportunity and create massive results. I have been in awe of watching what society would deem to be a regular person, a regular mom, a regular dad, create mind-blowing results in their lives, in their families' lives, and generationally.
Does that sound like an income claim to you? What do you mean by massive results? Do you mean massive paychecks? Do you mean they can pay off their debt? Do you mean they can pay the mortgage for their house? What do you mean? I feel like that is the most broad-ass version of an income claim, in my opinion. Tell us what you mean, Christina. Come on.
Guys, to my core, that is still available. But we need to learn how to combat, learn to help.
It's not available if you're not at the top of the freaking pyramid. Okay, I'm going to let her talk for more than 5 seconds at a time.
Helplessness and stuckness. Tony Robbins talks about the fundamental human needs of certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. And I feel if we can wrap up our thoughts around these 6 human needs right now and focus on how we can improve our mindset around our businesses, we are poised for greatness. So
Do you hear a weird noise? I feel like that might be in her video now because I noticed it earlier. So if there's like a weird like ringing, I think that's on her end.
Let's break this down. The first one is certainty. We are uncertain. This is how I started this call. There is uncertainty happening around us right now with the transition, with the world everywhere. But you have a choice right now to create certainty in your business. How you do that is, number one, reestablish your belief. Go back to the day that you said yes. Why did you say yes to this? What were those feelings? What were those emotions? Remind yourself of that moment and what has transpired since, the roller coaster that has transpired since in your life, and who you have become or are becoming because you are part of BODi. Set new and exciting.
So if we are doubting ourselves in our business, we need to remember the extremely vulnerable, potentially financially unstable version of ourselves before we were tricked into an MLM. We have to remember where we were at that point and then who we are now only because of BODi, and use that to motivate us to stay in the business. She started Beachbody 12 years ago. I think she's like 41 now. So she started at like late 20s. I can't do math, whatever, 29, 30. Between age 30 and 41, obviously you're going to change. You're going to grow up. Her kids grew up during that time. She had different life experiences. Of course, she's going to change as a person. But in Beachbody and all MLMs, normal growing up, normal changes that the average adult goes through, it's all credited to the MLM. 12 years ago, I was super different too. Heck, like 2 years ago, I was a completely different person because I've had new experiences and I'm learning new things. So it's not just because of Beachbody.
Goals. I feel that many have become very passive over their goals in this business, and that starts to seep into your mindset. Set goals and figure out ways how to achieve them. Learn the business. This is how you create certainty in your business, is by learning it and all the incredible ways to generate an income in this opportunity. It's crazy. But take extreme ownership of your business right now. Create certainty, and that's step one in the right direction. Number two of the fundamental.
Sorry for the squeaking. It's definitely on her side. You're right, DC. She should invest in a $100 microphone. She could definitely afford it, right? So we can take certainty in our business by learning about it and learning about all the incredible ways that we can make money. We know that the ways that people in Beachbody can make money is the matching bonus, is team cycle bonus, when everyone in their left leg, everyone in their right leg, they purchase a certain amount of product that equals a certain amount of points. You get money every time that happens. Every time people in your direct downline cycle, like what I just explained, you get a certain portion of their team cycle bonus. Once you get to the very, very top of the company, you get something called a Star Diamond bonus, and then you sell products. So 3 of the 4 ways are recruitment. The last one is customer sales. So Christina, there's not all these amazing ways. There are 2 ways. Only 2 ways. You do not get access to 3 of the 4 recruitment-based payment methods if you don't have a massive team underneath you who are purchasing their personal volume requirements and maintaining their rank.
Human needs is variety. When I think of the transition from Beachbody to BODi, I feel a new sense of permission to create individuality and creativity on how you want to build this business. Change it up. Change it up. Take ownership of the processes and strategies that no longer work. Adjust, invent, and get creative. You're responsible for creating demand for your business. I'm going to say that again. You are responsible for creating demand in your business. That is something you control. The third one is significance. And when you think of significance,
more word salad. Find advice. If something's not working, don't keep doing the same thing. Change it up. Well, how? Tell us how, Christina, because you're not actually giving us anything real and tangible here to help us run our business.
We typically think of external validation, right? Recognition, which is something our company does. We do as coaches to celebrate accomplishments in this business. But I feel at this moment, we need to set aside external validation and go within. And I need you to create your own significance. I need you to go inside and give yourself the biggest hug, the biggest high five, and say, I did that. I'm doing this. I'm doing the hard work. I'm creating massive shifts in my personal life. And that is going to help and impact and create a ripple effect of change within my family, within my friends, within my community, with the freaking world. Take inventory of who you have become since joining and pat yourself on the back. Create your own significance. Don't wait for someone to do that for you, for your coach or your upline. You create your own significance by stop looking at what you did in the past and start looking at what you can accomplish into the future. The fourth one is connection and love, my favorite one. And my dear friend,
I don't hate that advice. I think it's important for us to give ourselves credit when we do something we're proud of, even if it's something minor. Like, I was worried, I was nervous to go to this party, and I just did it. I got over my fear and I did it, and I talked to new people, right? That's a great thing, and it's good to like give yourself credit when you do something that makes you uncomfortable or that you were worried about. But in this case, like, she's telling us, give ourselves a pat on the back for the impact and the changes we're making in our families, our communities, and the freaking world. I feel like that's a way for us to distract ourselves from the fact that we're probably going into debt with Beachbody. When you think of our personal volume requirements, all the trips, all of the new releases that we not have to, that we're strongly encouraged to purchase, we're probably going into debt. But if we're spending all of our time patting ourselves on the back for the little things that we're doing well day to day, then I feel like we might forget, or we might not have time to actually sit down and create a profit and loss statement.
And Moira Kusaba always uses the phrase of get in the middle of the bed. What I want you to recognize is that many of you are playing incredibly small, and you're perhaps hiding from your team or from your clients because of thoughts of shame or other limiting beliefs. Recognize that that is what's happening and change that today. Get back into your team chats, get back into your team page, get back onto your team calls. Do the things that create connection and love for yourself in this opportunity. Participate, give back, and be present. That connection that you are responsible for creating, no one else is, will get you focused and aligned with the business activities that are going to get your business on track. The fifth one is growth.
So Moira Kusaba wants us to get in the middle of the bed, and like Christina just explained, that means being on all the team calls, in the chats, in the groups. And I think despite the fact that we're recruited into these MLMs with the promise of time freedom, we're going to be expected to be on several hour-long team calls every single week. We're going to be expected to participate in all these chats and on all the group pages. And unlike what Christina just said, it's not for the benefit of our business, because we could do all the training we want. If we can't recruit a crap ton of people, we're not going to make any money. In my opinion, it's a way to inundate us with a bunch of useless information and to help us, brainwash ourselves with toxic positivity and encourage ourselves to just continue pushing in the business, because we don't actually have time to sit down and just reflect on the information that we're hearing, because we don't have a minute to ourselves, because we're doing 5 hours of team calls every single week that are unpaid, on top of probably working full time and probably having a spouse, a significant other, or children that also deserve our attention.
And this is obviously one of our vital behaviors. It's personal growth and development. One thing that we take for granted, right? So much. We read a book and think we got it. We don't. This is a muscle that has to be strengthened. And if you want to create and generate momentum in a business that is going to create financial stability for your family, self-awareness is key to your success. Knowing to recognize when you've generated the feeling of stuckness within yourself and in your business, and pivoting, shifting, and moving forward. And the last one is contribution.
When you generated the feeling of stuckness in your business, we have to pivot and move forward. So if we're feeling discouraged or down on ourselves because we're not making any money, it's because we generated that feeling within ourselves. It's our fault that we're feeling this way. It's not because we aren't making any money and we're sad about that because we're going into debt. We are not making any money because we generated this feeling of stuckness. I think that was a very polite way of gaslighting us into telling us that, and victim blaming us into telling us that this situation, us going into debt, is our fault because there's something deficient within us. It's always our fault.
Contribution, and this is huge. Our human needs need contribution, and that means giving back, and that means impact. You guys, that is what we do as BODi coaches. When I started my business, I heard this phrase that forever changed my life, and it was help everyone and expect nothing in return. I can guarantee you that if you lead your business with that mantra, you not only will be blessed 1,000 times over, but you will always find this opportunity.
Oh my God, I have lots to say about this, but first, hi Sam, thank you for joining. We're almost done. We have like 4.5 minutes left, but I'm really happy you're here. Thank you for joining.
Be fulfilling. It will never be about points. It will be about people. It will be about fulfillment in helping and serving others. Have you ever thought of your values as a coach?
Oh my God. And I see Rachel's here too. Hi, Heather and chat. Glad to catch you live. Hi, Rachel. So awesome you're here. Rachel's been around for a long time. She's really supportive and really awesome. So thank you for joining, Rachel. I'm really excited that you're catching the end of the live. Thank you. So she told us that if we just focus on impact and not expect anything in return, then we're magically just going to find success in Beachbody. And again, I literally just said this, so I'm not going to stay on it for a while. It's big bait and switch. You are recruited into it thinking you're going to make money. Then once you're in, don't be selfish. Why are you thinking about money? You just have to think of the impact. And if you help one person establish a healthy habit in their day-to-day life, then you found success and you can be happy and satisfied in your business and how it's functioning. I'm sorry, impact doesn't pay my bills. I've heard Melanie Mitro say that a lot. She's pretty bad with that.
Right. I think a lot of times people get lost in their mindset and start creating stories and narratives about any business that they're in because they lose sight of their values as a coach. I started
a lot of what she's saying is reasonable. Like, I create stories and narratives all the time. Like, I say something awkward at work and I'm like, oh my God, they all hate me. I write a huge report for work and I think like it's terrible. They think I'm a bad writer. They hate me. A lot of it's work. A lot of it's work related or like socially related. And majority of those stories and narratives are false because I fixate on things and I like my thoughts spiral. Just happens, you know? And so, like, what she's saying on the surface isn't wrong. But if you're in Beachbody and you're wondering why you're not making any money, you're starting to question whether or not the business structure is ethical. Maybe you're starting to be encouraged to step past like your ethical or your moral boundaries. That's not like a false narrative, a false story that you're spinning. It's something that you should really like listen to, and you should really listen to your gut instincts and listen to those thoughts and really strongly consider whether or not you should be in this company. Everyone overthinks, everyone creates false narratives, but in my opinion, in this context, it's not a false narrative.
Writing this list of values, and I could have written an entire book on what my values are as a coach. And I feel that if you feel these, the ones that I'm going to share with you, and it's a small list because I couldn't keep reading these without bawling. You're meant to be BODi. You are BODi, and you're meant to be here, grow here, and impact here.
You are BODi. You're meant to be here, grow here, and impact here. Have you ever thought of yourself as your workplace? Like, it's more than just being proud of where you work and being proud of the job that you do. No, you are your job. So you're a nurse. You're not just like Eric, who's a nurse. You are a nurse. You are a nurse. And that's the only part of your identity. It's so sad when people in MLMs will listen to someone like this who is a celebrity, who makes $1 million a year, probably at the very top of the pyramid, telling us that we are BODi. I feel like this kind of narrative will really encourage people to make Beachbody their whole entire identity.
When you are BODi, you know you are part of something bigger than yourself. When you are BODi, you are purpose-driven and truly love helping people.
You can be part of something that's bigger than yourself and love helping people without Beachbody. You can volunteer at a food bank. You can babysit. I don't know. You can like go to a homeless shelter and volunteer with like homeless youth. There's lots of things that you can do. And she's going to start crying now.
When you are BODi, you believe you will help change the little sliver of the universe that you occupy. When you are BODi, you are committed to breaking generational chains in your family with regard to relationships, health and wellness, and finances.
So when you are BODi, you are going to change the little sliver of the universe you occupy. Christina Delgado, she is a very well-educated individual. I think she was a lawyer or a paralegal before this. So like she is well-educated, well-versed in the law. Majority of people in Beachbody are not licensed or certified fitness professionals. They're not fitness instructors or personal trainers. They're not nutritionists or dietitians or nutrition coaches. And I feel like you have to have a really inflated sense of ego, sense of self, to think that Heather, with no fitness knowledge or qualifications at all, I can go and change someone's life through fitness. Not just, I can tell my friend what YouTube fitness channels I enjoy. I will change her life because of my fitness. No, because I'm not qualified. I don't have any knowledge in it. What was the other one? Oh, you can break generational curses. She didn't exactly say curses, but you can break generational issues. You can change the trajectory of your life and your children's lives without an MLM. Chances are, say, if you are experiencing challenges with poverty and finances, you going into Beachbody is going to make your financial situation a lot worse. If you need to become more financially stable, please do not join an MLM. Please don't do it. Sam said that's a weird way of describing yourself. I totally agree. This is why I named this video like culty talk with BODi. It was this part at the very end. Drives me crazy, guys. My heart's pounding. I gotta calm down a little bit. Like the stream if you haven't. It helps Heather's channel. Thank you, DC. I really appreciate that. It was really nice to have you in the chat today. I know Sam's already subscribed, probably Rachel, but if you're not subscribed, go find DC at DC. Say hello to DC. She's fantastic. Where's my mouse? I lost it. There it is.
Your BODi, you want impactful income, knowing you truly made a difference. When you are BODi, you will teach your families the importance of wellness in a sustainable way. When you are BODi,
I put a lot of thought into how I'm going to teach my future kids about being healthy in a sustainable way, like she just said. Not about requiring them to eat certain foods, not about constantly working out until I want to pass out in front of them. It'll be about like integrating vegetables and fruits into like their lunches and dinners. It'll be about ensuring something of higher nutritional value is on their plate. It'll be about going for walks as a family or like playing frisbee or soccer in the backyard. You know what I mean? It'll be about like signing them up for sports that they want to join. It's not, you don't need to be a part of a very extreme health and wellness company that has very, very restrictive eating programs in order to teach your children or your future children how to be healthier. You know what I mean? I hate it. Hello! I don't know how to say your name. Takara Mitsumi. I just joined. Did you see the beginning of last week's wake up call where there are only 3 people who rank advanced? I think that might have been the call that we did in my last stream, I think, but we didn't watch the beginning of it. But yeah, like I feel like a year ago, back when I started doing these videos, there was a lot more people who were rank advancing, and now there's like barely any. Today or yesterday's one, there's only 9 people all week who rank advanced. And you've also been around for a really long time. So thank you for commenting and for being on the live today. I really, really appreciate it. We're almost done, friends.
You will love yourself at every stage of the path. And when you are BODi, this is the one that gets me. You are aware that your children are watching. Listen, I can go on and
I don't want to eat like the Beachbody nutrition programs if I have children watching me. I want to teach them balance and moderation, showing like eat foods you enjoy. You don't need to really like strictly monitor your food. You can eat healthy while still enjoying like fun snacks and fun food when you're out with friends. As a parent, I would not want to do Beachbody nutrition programs specifically, a little bit less so with the fitness programs, but specifically nutrition, because as she's insinuating, children learn how to be and function as humans by watching their parents. Sam says hi to Takara.
On about this, I can keep crying on a call with so many of you watching, but I just want to end with I love this company. I love our mission, our team. I love this network, and I love that there's freaking greatness within us. After this call, you're going to start seeing the hashtag #WeAreBODi all over social media, with coaches and body partners drawing their line in the sand. I want you to join. Unlike the I Am Team Beachbody hashtag that we shared back in 2016 or 2017, that was a proclamation as to why we stayed. I want you to share the We Are BODi hashtag with a proclamation of where you're headed. Not only sharing your health esteem declaration, but also your commitment to paying that forward and to grow.
So the I Am Team Beachbody campaign, a declaration of why we stayed. Can you imagine in your work if you were told to go on Facebook or Instagram and be like, I stayed working at blank company because of this? Not like an HR initiative where they're trying to encourage people to apply. Like, I love working here because of the advancement opportunities. No, I continue to work here because of this. I feel like if you're in a company where you have to broadcast why you stay, that should be a red flag, in my opinion. Rachel says, oh yes, she turns on tears and emotions for impact. So many of them do that so manipulative. I totally agree. And I'm a person who, if I, not her, because I know it's not sincere, but if I see someone crying, I will generally feel like crying too. Like, I feel the emotions of everyone around me. And I feel like if someone's not well educated on Beachbody and MLMs in general, and who also has that trait, they may be manipulated with this show of emotion. We're so close.
In your business as a body coach and partner, I want you to see this as the biggest, most collective call to action for this Beachbody body coaching opportunity ever. You guys, what we have is special. What we are is unique. And I want you to use your feelings and emotions to share what this means to you. I'm super excited to watch this roll out. You're going to see mine go on right after I get off. I've created my reel already, my We Are BODi reel. And I'm really excited to see all of you in San Antonio having crushed the first half of 2023. Okay.
Christina, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So many mic drops. There's nothing more for us to say. The comments are blowing up. We are so appreciative. Y'all, this is where we're at. We are BODi, and we are going to blow up the internet sharing that hashtag. Thank you so much, Christina, for your servant heart, your leadership, and your words today. They were so impactful. But y'all, now it's time for us to take the action. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place.
Thank you.
Just like DC said about the people on MLMs, like why can't they invest in a microphone? Like that Keyshawn is in like MLM corporate staff, and like she obviously doesn't have a microphone, and like I don't have a microphone for work stuff, but I'm not like a high level. My hair looks crazy. I'm just gonna move it. That's better. I'm not like a high level employee. I don't have tons of people watching me. Like I watched this live this morning. There was like 1,500 people watching it live, which is completely crazy. You would think if you're a corporate employee of doing a call for that many people, you would have a microphone, you might have like proper lighting, you might have like a $20 ring light. I literally just have a stupid lamp sitting here. Like get a lamp and like have proper lighting and have like a little crappy microphone. Like you see it here. It's not a good microphone, but it functions properly for my purposes, like I don't need a fancy microphone. Oh, that's not even the point of this call, and I get annoyed. Oh, thank you, Takara. That's so nice. Howdy, folks, and Heather. Hi, Tim. So nice to see you here. We're literally done the video. We're just going to talk for a few minutes, and then we're going to wrap up. But thank you for joining. It's nice to have you here. That's a huge audience, right? I was shocked. So many people watching Christina Delgado live cry about how much she loves her cult, in my opinion. Hi, Takara. It's nice that you say hi to each other. I like that. So I really enjoyed doing this video, and I wanted to do it because it shows, in my opinion, like the cult mindset, how we all have to react to change in the exact same way. We all have to push down the potentially negative thoughts that we may be having about the change in our company and just focus on the future, right? Because that's how we're going to find success. We can't dwell on the past. We can't dwell on how these changes may impact our paycheck. We just have to keep pushing forward. We also learned that anyone who leaves BODi is trying to instill confusion and panic in us. And if they try to recruit you, it's not sincere, and you are just low-hanging fruit for them to scoop up. And anyone who knows, sorry, I just burped, are there big Beachbody coaches leaving right now? And like, is there drama around that? Because I think I saw a DC stream where the Snark crew were saying people are leaving for like Arbonne or Melaleuca or something. Let me know if you know. I feel like maybe the top coaches are panicking a little bit, and maybe Christina's worried that her bottom line will be impacted. Don't actually know. I'm just going off of what I remember from, I think, Snark crew streams, I think. And I think I've seen a Monica Hayworth video as well. Someone moving to, was it Melaleuca? I don't remember now. An M1, but I don't remember. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening and watching, like Mark and Love Panic and DC and Sam and Rachel and Takara and Tim. This was really fun. I had a good time. I think I'll go live again on Friday, again at like 6:30 or 7 in case I need to work late. Oh, the Monade. I couldn't remember what the other one is. DC says Arbonne, Monade, and Melaleuca. Okay. Yeah, so Christina is pissed. Rachel says, good night, everyone. Good night, Rachel. So good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. And